assemble's not nearly composed as it should be, but we are where we are. I've got my gasket. I'm reusing the gasket. Typically you'd replace the gasket, but I've explained this in my first video that I'm not putting new gaskets and rebuild kit parts in until this has been run a few times with fresh oil and can be drained again to ensure that everything that's varnished has been broken down and removed with fresh oil, and we've got a good clean cycle going. Anyways, beside the point, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with my main piece right here. I don't know what the hell it's called, but it's the main bottom piece. I've got a spring, goes in that hole. I've got a spring, goes in this hole. That spring does not go in that hole. What goes in that hole is this insert. Insert goes in the wider oval. And then this insert goes inside that insert, and then the spring goes. Now, contrary to what you would believe, this little valve that's here does not go on top of the spring of the insert. It's quite the opposite. Let me clean it off real quick. Make sure it's clean the debris. Alright, that actually goes on the one without the holder, of all things. Alright, so what you want to do is set it up so that your 12 o'clock are your two holes. And then you have 3 additional holes. Oh, where's the bad part? I forgot. You gotta put a gasket on. Oh man. Make sure you clean your gasket off. Make sure there's no debris on it. You don't want no debris. Hell no on the debris. Alright. That will go on like so. Stretch it and drop it on. Don't try to like work it on because it will twist. And then it will want to constantly pop up. You want it to be on, not on and twisted. And then booyaka straight on. Boom. And you should see your holes there. Again, I have those 3 mother truckers. We told you that before. There. My Allen key is wrong. Just go enough until you've seated the screw onto the washer. Seat the screw on the washer. Seat the screw in the washer because you want to bring this down even. What up? And then these will eventually bottom out. So just constantly turn, 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 turn. You're gonna notice that they all kind of stop around the same time. You'll get a little bit more on this side, a little bit more on that side, but eventually they'll stop turning. But this allows you to go down incrementally on all sides without twisting your gasket, getting things out of alignment. And again, like I said, you just keep going until you got nothing left out of each one. Like I said, you'll feel it stop on each one. It starts to hurt your hands. But I'm sure it's a good seal there. And like I said, a good even seal. It's crazy how much that first one, once you get all the way back around, is. This thing moves a lot. You can't push it all the way down. I have to use the mallet to get it out. So Makes complete sense. Now we're getting closer to the end. Everybody's got only a quarter turn left in them at best. That one's got nothing in it. This is the one that should have the most in it. This one's got nothing in it. And then this one here, which already had nothing in it. So I'll go here real quick. Take my crescent wrench, put it on there. Put the little snug over here, little snug over here, little snug. That was there. That was there. That was there. All right. We're Gucci on the Uchi. Now what we do is, because I like to have a good seal here and have everything pushed in, I like to put down my next O-ring. Let me dry that off. Let me make sure it's free of debris. Thank you guys for watching, by the way. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you like more interesting content. This is the two-part series of me fixing something I have no idea how to fix. So that goes about there. And then we have this. This is the next piece. And I did not clean this. Oh my God. Wipe it down. It's not that dirty, which is probably why I didn't clean it. But actually, hold on. Let me go give it a quick tip. Has a working O-ring. Not bad about it. Let's go ahead and clean off this seal. There's these seals. These beautiful seals. I'm just going to put this out here. I feel better about putting it on there so that it doesn't get caught in between and sever itself from its life. And that should get centered up pretty well. Let me get my smaller Allen key. Should be a little easier too with this setup because I don't have the shaft in yet, which should be a lot easier to force the shaft through the hole. So again, seat it, and then feed it. This one's kind of annoying too for you don't really count your penalty turns this one takes. But again, push it in. There. There. You can feel at the bottom now. It's not going. You're there. You're there. And then just double check. Make sure it's flat. Alright, cool. So now we have bada bing, bada boom. That guy. Shoot. Just guy. Make sure that they're not going the same way. See right here, they're going the same way. You need one going one way, one going the other way. See, one has a groove on the bottom, top, not on the bottom, not on the top. See, they're both grooved that way. One going one going the other. You have your master shaft. Put one in. Oop, make sure. Okay, one in and then the other one. And then skadoosh. Right in there, baby. Well, like I said, it's definitely easier to put it back in that way. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, now the middle shaft. We'll go right side up. Again, all of your major veins are at the top typically. Down. And find its happy place. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a little bit of oil. A little bit of front oil. Lube that up. Which, honestly, I think is the best car. Okay, hold on. So, a little bit of a cock out to it. There we go. Alright. And then I have these screws, which are just as dark as they were before. I cleaned it. Look at it, watch. Look at these screws, ready? I think they're black too. They were black again. But I haven't been clean. Clean off the threads with ISO. Spray those off with ISO. Give them a good wipe. Oh, all right. Going in, going in. And that one is that this one? No, it's not that one. It's this one. No. Lining that up so good that they're just dropping right in. Again, you just get it just tight enough to where they stop moving on their own. And then a little scotch. Ooh. It's not in there, what's it? Yeah, okay, I'm ready. Like I said, once you get to the end, just a, not even a quarter turn, just a skosh. Turn it over, give it a rotate. Damn, it's hard to rotate. Okay, anyways, we'll drop the pin in, put the next part in, and it should rotate better. So I can put that in. Oop, yeah. Does in fact rotate. Want to make sure that you're not binding anything up or tightening anything too tight either. You need to have a proper tightness. This would be better if I had a torque wrench, I'm sure the manufacturer would recommend. Anyways, here's my two blades here that now go in. Goes one way, one goes the other way, of course, as usual. That way, that way. Yes. And then again. I'm not sure how this works, to be honest with you. I know what I'm gonna do to ensure that it's manually lubricated and not just, you know. I'm missing one part. I will be right back. I have to go get it. It's on the camera still. The final blade. All right. Drop my hands real quick. Put the oil on it. Full oil, bam. Lubricate that. Lubricate that. All right, cool. So now I can chill like that for a second. I can like that. Take that real quick. And then this goes on with the vein area on top. All right. Yeah. Yep. Like that. Oops, no, I'm in it. Like that. With that piece. This piece. Okay, we should be good. That works. I guess that depends on our definition of food. So now we got that done. Now let's take our plates. Let's put those down real quick. Down. Remember, your plate goes downward, not upward. It's upward, downward, downward with the plate. Plate rail, whatever you call it. Take the screw. Ouch. Cover. Cover. Cover goes more back than forward. See the stain marks on the plane. Head up. Gasket back on. It's already got kind of a shape. It's best to put the bottom on first. On. Then we'll grab the head. Try to set it directly down. Remember, these are the ones without washers, because these aren't just prone to vibration. The reason why I say you want to put it down as flat as possible is so you don't have any rolls in your gasket. Rolls in your gasket, you can have leaks. Having a leaks means shitty vacuum performance. Again, just get it each one down to the point where you can feel it resistance, but light resistance. Only your fingers, which is finger tight. That's what finger tight means. And that way again, you'll seat the gasket after you've placed it. So this places it, I guess is what you want to call it, and then we'll seat it. This ensures, again, no rolling and even pressure all the way around. It stops. It stops. Until it stops. Until it stops. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Covers on. Now, clean your full valve, of course. Any potential contaminant. And the, what do you call those? The fucking threads. Then go ahead and clean off your O-ring on here as well too. Make sure there's no contaminant or debris. Put that back down there. Put that back in there. Push it down. Go ahead and include your ballast. Now, I highly recommend cleaning this window off. It's not that hard to do. Don't tighten this too much either because you don't want to break the glass behind it. It's just metal pressing on rubber. By the way, this is probably the most complete, high quality teardown of this pump particularly. Another gasket in there, you want to clean that of debris. And again, this allows you to clean out in here anything that would be hiding in your window. Which we all love, don't we? I like to brush it up a little bit, make it really reflective. I know this is going to add some, like I said, it's going to contaminate, and I feel like it really a little bit that comes off of this. But again, like I said, I'm going to be replacing a lot of the parts here. I've got a kit on order, so my hope is to get a couple of really good cycles on these before replacing the this with good seals and good oil. So that's nice and clean. A little bit of ISO on there. It is what it is for now. It is what it can be. Anyways. And then glass. I used to recommend rotating the glass, but not really important. It's not like it changes that much in shape, even though glass is a permanent liquid structure. Oh, get that on there. That's cleaned up. It only fits in one spot. Clean off the back side. Make sure that there's no debris on there to scratch the old surfaces. All right, we gotta act fast. We're running out of video time. Yeah, just to finger tight resistance, and then it kind of stops again. These ones, I guess you can go to the stop. They made everything on this side that way, so not bad. Anyways, here we go. Let's flip it. Turn it on its front face. Like that. Now I have my key gear. I'll go ahead and bring up the switch there. And the final screw now. Which I have to use this crappy Allen head key Touch. I got it on right away. Oh yeah. First try. It's as tight as I dare try. Okay, now
The motor.
here comes the fun and hard part at the same time. So I'm gonna take this gear adapter off. There's one more to start with, and that's not like don't want to bend any of those fan blades. Come on. We're gonna try something different. Thought that was gonna be easy. Apparently not. I'll put this on its upside. This is lighter. If I do it just right, where again we angle things. Yeah, okay, never mind. That's where I went wrong. Okay, there we go. But hell yeah. Again, get these in there finger tight because again, precariously juggling this on the side of the table. It's not what I wanted to do, but seems to be the easiest way where somebody can at least get in there and adjust. You can see what's going on, whereas everything else is in the way. There's no opening to see. I would suggest having someone help you at this stage if you have it, because last thing you want to do is throw this bitch on the floor. You know? Like, yeah, you know, I just fucked off my $13,000 vacuum pump onto the floor. No big deal. Tight. Over here. Nice and tight. Over here. Nice and tight. Pylon. Tight. Drop it on its side again. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel it with oil. Buy more pump oils for damn sure. And let's make sure we close the valve. 1, 2, 3. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. Usually it's 4 and then it starts to flow out. There we go. Oh yeah. It's a little shy of what we're normally used to. We want it half full. There we go. Oh, oh. All right. That one boy. Cap back on. Grab my power cord over the shoulder. We're at full wet weight, so it's heavy. Heavy as fuck. We're going straight to the fucking to the vacuum. Okay. Bad boy's either gonna work or it's gonna blow up in my face. Let's find out. Come on, baby. Let's go. All right. Chopper off. Hell yeah, baby. Fix 2 vacuum pumps in one day. At least it sounds right. Let's find out if it's producing vacuum next time. Okay. That back on. Rolling forward and Mike, what? That may still go down after it starts running more. Hold on, man. Hard on it, hood. All right. I'm happy. Peace out, y'all.